overhand loop. I put my forceps through the hole, and grab that loop end, and pull it through. Now I got a loop I'm going to put on my first hook. So now we have the thread started. Once I have my thread tied onto the first thing, I'm going to go around my first peg and I'm going to do 11 turns. So I got one here, and around the peg is number 2. So here's 2. This is 3 to the peg. Around the peg is number 4. Here's number 5. Here's number 6. Here's number 7. Here's number 8. Here's number 9. Here's number 10. And this, as I pass this peg, this is number 11. So I'm going to go to the next peg. Let me get my camera set up. So this is my 11th strand of thread. So I've got 11 on this first peg. I'm going to go to this second peg that's on the outside, and I'm going to do 9. So that's 1, make sure it's secured, 2, and I'm going to go through those threads in between. This is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, and now this is number 9 thread here. So I'm going to go past the outside pole here, and I'm basically, let me get my camera set up. Now if you remember, we started with 11, 9 up to this point, and now we're going to do 7. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to round my center peg, and I'm going to be on this peg on the closest peg to me instead of the outer peg. So it's going to be, this is 1, this is 1, now I'm going to go around this peg, go back to the center peg, this is number 2. And then I come back and I do this, number 3. Come to the center peg, this is number 4. This is number 5. This is number 6. And this is number 7. So we go past this peg on the closest peg to me after I pass the center peg, and I'm going to go from this peg to the next peg heading towards the other hook, and I'm going to do 9 thread turns. So if you remember, we started with 11, then we did to the next section we did 9, and through this section we just did 7. Now I'm on the closest side to me, so from this peg to this peg we're going to do 9. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, that's 8, and this is 9. Now we're going to take our thread, which is the 9th one, and we're going to go from this point all the way back to the number 2 hook. And I'm going to do 11 turns on that. Okay, now we're going to do from the peg closest to me to the second hook, and I'm going to do 11 turns. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is the 11th turn. Now, in order to hook on a hook, I've got to pull an extra thread and make a loop. So, okay, so I've got that in. Now I'm going to make sure I take off my tag ends. Take off this one when I first started. Now that I have all my threads all around the different posts, I am going to remove the threads from these posts. And I'm going to do it I'm going to slide it up over the post and lay it on the side and remove the post. Raise it up and remove the post. Now look, there's some slack that is acquired or accumulated. There's some slack, remove the post. Rather than remove my center post, I'll bring my weighted hook around this and I'll hook these threads into my weighted eye. Leaving this post here so it doesn't slide down and slip off of everything I've. At this point I'm going to put on a tippet ring before I do my winding of the threads. So I'm going to pick up a tippet ring, see, and put it on. I got a 20-pound amnesia. I just lost it. I just lost that tippet ring. I must have them all over the floor. Let's see, you can see my tippet ring there. I put on my 20 amnesia. I put the other end through my loops. Hope you can see this. And I bring it back, get the other end, and I'm going to try to get my amnesia through the tippet ring. I've got the tippet ring on the amnesia. I'm now carefully going to remove this threads. You can see the ring. I'm now going to pull that tippet ring over the threads, and now I'm going to go back and secure the threads to my hook. And now once I have it secured, I've pulled a little slack and I want to remove that slack. I've created a paper clip ring to put through my tippet ring, as you see it on there. Now, I don't know if I can do this while I'm talking. But I'll move, at this point, I'm going to take my tippet ring, move it all the way down the other end where I have my weighted hook. And now, I remove this peg. There's my tippet ring. I'm going to put this ring on this paper clip. I'm going to bring it around this eye. So now I've got my tippet ring on my weighted hook to my weighted eye. Now I'm going to wind this crank clockwise 45 times. As we start, I'm starting to count. That's the first turn. 1, 2, 3, 44, 45. If you look at the original reduction on the twist, the furl twist, as I twisted both individual, is about 14 inches, which is about 16% of the overall total. Before I change and transfer the one line to the other line so I can furl them together, I'm putting my post in the center parts to, as I wind this material together, as I wind these two together, I'll do it in sections, and it controls the twist a little bit better for me. There are other ways to do it, but this works good for me. I'm going to transfer this one lines, these one twists, one hook eye off of here, and I'm going to put it on this second hook eye. As you can see, we've got ready to wind the two together. Now I am going to wind this counterclockwise 5 turns, which will start winding these two threads together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this point, it's nice and taut from the hook eye to the first peg. I remove the first peg and straighten out the slack and do it another 5 times. I remove the peg, so I'll do another 5 times, and I'm going to do this 6 times. So there's 6 different stages. So in essence, I'm winding, reverse winding 30 times. 5 times 6 is 30. By reverse winding, I've gained about 4 inches, so it's approximately 11 to 12% reduction in the line. At this point, I'll remove the line from my weighted hook. I'll remove the front line, and I will use my special little hook that has that little clasp on it. I'll get another picture of it better, but I will I'll slip through and remove it. So I've got the thread on this little tool. I've created a 1-inch disc because I'm going to do a Shorb loop. I'm going to take my tippet ring off of my clip, and I'm going to take my little tool with that hook, and I'm going to put my tippet ring, I get the tippet ring in the eye, and now I'm going to pull my thread over top of that tippet ring. As you can see, I'm pulling it and sliding it all the way down, and I'm going to create about a 1-inch loop. So I'm using my little template. I found out if I use a paper clip and secure the end so it doesn't slip up on me, if I take this clip and hook it on that eye, now I've got about a 1-inch circle, and if I take my special tool, which is like a hopper wing tool, and I press between the two threads that I twisted together, that tool will slip in between those two threads. If I turn it sideways, I can pull this thread up, and it slits over the top, and as you can see, it's slipped over the top. Now I'm going to take that little hook and I'm going to put it the hook on there, and if I do carefully, when I pull this, it'll pull that loop will pull through that thread. I have a completed Thorb's loop and a completed Furled Leader.